What is going on, everyone? This is Rebecca again with another review. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Diamondbacks because this team obviously had a legendary run in 2023. I'm kind of curious where they are in going into next season. So Diamondbacks went 84-78 and secured a 6th seed in the playoffs, and obviously they were the second in the NL West. And honestly, this new format has led to some crazy runs. The Phillies in 2022, the Diamondbacks in 2023 have been absolutely crazy from the NL side of the bracket. Obviously, they go on to win against the Brewers, Dodgers, Phillies, and then lose to the Rangers in the World Series. So unfortunate for them, but they did look solid throughout the NL. I mean, they were definitely the best team. And even the Phillies series, I mean, they definitely battled for that. Coming back to Philly and winning 2 games is actually insane that no team has ever done it in this modern era, at least against Philadelphia. So absolutely insane season out of them. Obviously, Corbin Carroll wins that Rookie of the Year. They also get another draft pick in the draft as well. So really good season for the Diamondbacks. Now going into 2024, this team is obviously going to have a lot more eyes on them after the World Series run, but it's very interesting to see if they're actually going to be able to run it back, because I'm expecting a lot of people to think this team's now going to be a playoff team and going to be really solid. And honestly, I'm kind of expecting them to get back in the playoffs as well. But this is an interesting season. I mean, we look at that 2022 season, they go 74-88, don't make the playoffs, 4th in the NL West. And then this season, they won 10 more games. So it's very interesting to see where this team was really at the last couple of seasons. And obviously 2021, they lost over 100 games. Very interesting, able to turn around really quickly. But yeah, I think Phil's going to stay consistent and be back in the playoffs, unlike Miami, in my opinion, because that situation's even worse. I think they've got worse. The Diamondbacks haven't really got worse. So if you look at the contracts, I think all of them are on Baseball Reference, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they got a lot of guys locked up for a long time, so I really like what they're doing with this one, especially. I mean, obviously, we know the Corbin Carroll contract till 2030. They have all team options, which is very exciting. Obviously, Eugenio Suarez is still here on this squad. Ketel Marte signed that massive contract. Carol Melly signed that massive contract as well. Their 2023 offseason was actually insane with these contracts. But like most teams, they have a lot of guys in arbitration, which isn't really surprising. Especially some of their best players, like Christian Walker's in his last year of arbitration. Zach Gallen's in his 2nd year of arbitration. Paul Sewell's in his 3rd year of arbitration. Kevin Newman's in his 3rd year of arbitration. And then everyone else is pretty much in pre-arbitration or first arbitration, it looks like, on their squad. So looking at the financial situation going into 2024, right now they're paying $78.3 million to this squad. If you count all the arbitration fees, which we're obviously still deciding till February, it should be $122.2 million. Last year they were $119 million, so this year they're looking to spend over $3 million more, which is kind of funny. Who knows, they could still sign a couple players. There's still a ton of guys in the market, like we said, and these teams are reporting in like 20 days, which is insane. Yeah, I thought there'd be a lot more signings in January, but I mean, the meetings actually had the most signings, I think, or most trades or most moves in general through the whole offseason, which is kind of crazy to think about because normally it's not like that. Something else I want to look at here is the Diamondbacks prospects, because all their 2023 prospects came up to this team, and they all looked pretty good, to be honest. Looking at their 2024 prospects, there's not too many guys we have on this list. There are 4 though. One's a right-handed pitcher. We have 3 outfielders, and then 2 of them can play infield. So really interesting team they have built together right here. So 2 of them have been drafted, 2 of them have been just signed. So it's really interesting to see. This guy AJ, he was in the 2020 draft in the 4th round, and this guy Tristan English was in the 2019 draft. So these guys have definitely been down here for a while. So we're gonna see if they actually come up and become really good stars, because it will be very interesting to see what happens there. Like we said, we obviously still have Drew Jones in the system, who was drafted in 2022, but the Diamondbacks' 2nd pick, he's 2026 ETA right now, so he's definitely going to be here down in a while. So is Tommy Troy, who just got drafted in 2023. So some of their top 2 prospects are obviously on here from the recent drafts. But what do you guys think about this Diamondback squad as we head into the 2024 season? Obviously, I think a lot of people are expecting this team to be good. I mean, they have a pretty good pitching staff overall. We've seen this in the playoffs. Brandon Pfaadt has become a really solid pitcher, I think. Definitely in the postseason, and especially during the season. I mean, the Brewers start, he looked a little bit shaky in the postseason, but after that, man, he pitched really well for a rookie. So I think a lot of people are excited to see him back, definitely with the Diamondbacks. The bullpen pretty much is the same. I like their bullpen a lot in the playoffs. I thought they used it really well, and I thought Torey Lovullo, the manager, and the pitching coach did a great job using certain guys for certain outs and certain innings. So honestly, they looked really solid. I mean, Sal Frank had a great postseason. I think Manthey did well, so did Ginkel. I think Castro and Sewell, they did play well, but I think they gave up the most against the Phillies. I could be wrong about that, but they did pitch well when they needed to. Thompson also pitched insanely well. They just had a really strong bullpen when they needed them to clutch down, and it was very exciting to watch. That's why I did think this team was going to win. I mean, they just looked really solid against the Phillies, and the Rangers, they just came in and just played better. But we obviously know this team is just good. I mean, Palvin Smith, I think I did hear some trade rumors about him early on this offseason, but I don't think they're going to get rid of him. They were really early on in the season, or the offseason, so I don't know if they're going to get rid of him, but there were some trade talks about him. Gabriel Moreno's obviously going to catch. We still have Jordan Walker going to be there. Ketel Marte, one of the best second basemen, I think, in the league. Still have Eugenio Suarez over at third base. I'm glad he's finally getting his flowers, man. I really liked him on the Reds, and then he went to Seattle for a little bit, but now he's on this Diamondback squad, and I'm really liking him. Also, be interesting the shortstop situation over here with, Jordan Lawler coming up, right? I don't know where he's going to play, maybe DH. But Perdomo also played well during the whole postseason. I really liked him. He was one of those flashy guys, which I really liked, really fast shortstops, and he looked really solid. And obviously, their outfielders still go with Corbin Carroll, Alex Thomas, and, Pavin Smith even out there. Or they use Gurriel Jr. sometimes as well out there. I mean, their outfield was just solid overall. Except for Alexis Smith-Ayer. I mean, that was pretty much it, the only bad thing on the outfield. But where do y'all have this team next year? I definitely have them back in the playoffs for sure. I think my prediction I've put down already for this season, I'm not just going to change them when we get to spring training, but I have this team in the 5th seed right now. I think the Phillies will still get 4th, and I think the Diamondbacks will probably come in that 5th seed. 2nd in the division. I think the Dodgers do win it. That team is just unbelievably stacked with all the money they spent. I mean, you would imagine spending over $1 billion, you'd at least, win the division. But I do think this Diamondback squad got a lot of good moves and a lot of solid players, and I'm excited to see what they look like next year. If you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Yes, we hit 1,000 subscribers. Yes, I appreciate everyone that's tuned in through this whole journey on YouTube, so I really appreciate you guys. We'll have a video coming out pretty soon over the next week, so stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.